Hi guys, in today's video I'll be telling you how you can use the law of attraction to manifest or get anything, absolutely anything that you want. The law of attraction simply states that the universe is able to give you whatever you are focusing on. It's just like there's a law of gravity, and whatever goes up will surely come down. You have no power over the law of gravity. Same goes for the law of attraction. I'm not just here to just tell you all of these and blab just because I just want to blab. I've seen it play out in my life. I am Uju of Ideal Style. If you're new here and if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. Do click on the subscribe button, and without further ado, let's get right into the video. One way to use the law of attraction to your favor is to be aware of your beliefs. Somebody can say, oh, how can I just believe something and I get it and the universe gives it to me? It's not just about believing. There's a whole lot of other little things you have to do in the middle of it all, but everything that you turn out to be started from your belief. If you check dreams that you ended up achieving, it started because you dreamt it, you believed it. Your beliefs basically is what shapes your thoughts shapes your words shapes your actions, and your actions shape your reality. Whatever your reality is started with your belief. That is why your belief is always very important, because it's like the whole foundation. Take for instance, if there's a podcast and several people listen to it, if you do a random check and you ask these people, maybe just 10 of them, how this impacted in their life, you're definitely going to see somebody who's going to say, oh, this was a very wonderful podcast and it impacted in my life very much and I've got something to apply. You're going to ask somebody else who listened to the same podcast, and this person is going to say, oh, what this guy said was absolute rubbish. I don't think it should apply. It was one podcast. Different people had different opinions. So it was not about what was said in that podcast. It was about you. If somebody talks from morning to night, what you're going to hear will be noise. You pick what you can relate to. What you can relate to is what you believe. So you will hear rubbish from beginning to end, and you hear what you want to hear. So that's how your beliefs work. If you believe in something, that's what you keep moving towards. That's what you keep aligning to, and that's what keeps coming to you. To prepare yourself for what you are expecting. Behave like you are ready to get it, or even behave like you already have it. If you see a woman who is pregnant, she's buying her baby clothes, she's buying baby powder, she's buying baby diaper. She's basically preparing for it because she's certain without a doubt that her baby is coming. Even a woman, she even begins to act like a mother. Even a woman who is pregnant for the first time, she begins to act like a mother because she knows what she's expecting. That's just the same way you should behave when you are expectant of something. Before I left for service, I kind of tried to work it to Lagos because I felt there's a whole lot of opportunities in Lagos. Even though I didn't like Lagos so much, I still felt there was a whole lot of opportunities in Lagos. So let me work it to Lagos. Even while I was also working it, I still prayed. I can be very spiritual sometimes. So I still prayed and said, okay, God, please, if this whole Lagos thing is not what should be for me, please don't take me there. After everything, I actually got posted to Adamawa. Adamawa was up for automatic redeployment just for security reasons. So if you don't want to stay, you have the power to go. In fact, all my friends left, but I stayed back. The building I lived in had my landlord in this building. It's quick advice: don't ever get a place that you have to stay with your landlord, the same building. Landlord of mine stressed the living daylight out of me, and I also have coconut head. It wasn't just working out very much, and there was this issue, and he said that he was going to take out my light. Adamawa is a very hot place. You can't survive there without electricity. It's too hot. You're going to roast. So when he said it, I just quietly went into my room and started doing what I was doing, like nothing was happening. Like, it didn't matter to me. Now, this man is a man of his words. If he say he's going to do something, he's going to do it. Believe me, I know him very much. But I didn't care because I felt he's blabbing. And even though he's a man of his words and he's serious, this shit is not going to happen. When I was done doing what I was doing, I just went to bed safe. I laid down. I was like, God, remember when I said if Lagos doesn't work out, I'm going to stay where I am posted, and I'm here right now in Adamawa. This man is not going to stress me like that. Whatever it is he's looking for to take out my life, I think it was the guy I was looking for. Whatever it was he's looking for, he's not going to find. And I went to bed like nothing was happening. Without a doubt, I went to bed. I didn't care what this situation was. I was just very sure that, like, I was solid. I stood. I don't know how very much to explain to you, but I don't even know whether he found it though or he did not find it. But the most important thing is that it did not happen. And I know and I believe that it's because I believe and I stood my ground in my belief that this was not going to happen. I didn't just believe it, I acted the way I would act if it doesn't happen. I like to sit like going to a restaurant to order a meal. You know, when you go to a restaurant to order a meal, you order your meal and you sit and wait for your chef to get you your meal. You are not worried that it might not come. You are sure. So you ordered without a doubt that it's going to come. So that's how this whole thing works. Next is to use affirmations. Affirmations are just basically like words or phrases. If for instance you're passing by two different people and two of them maybe made statements at the same time. Maybe one of them said, I am the greatest, and the other said, I will be the greatest. Your attention is definitely going to be called, is going to go towards that person who said, I am the greatest. Now, these two phrases might seem very alike. It's very possible that this person is not at the moment the greatest, but is aiming to be the greatest. So your attention is going to go first to the person who said, I am the greatest, because you're so interested in seeing who the greatest is. So these two statements might feel alike, but they don't hold the same depth. There's weight in one. This is just the way you should claim things into your life. Don't just say it and own it. There could be a terrible accident, maybe a car accident that just happened, and somebody might say, oh my god, there was just a terrible accident right now and a lot of people were injured and a lot of people died. Oh my god, this is so terrible, this can happen to anybody. I'm sorry, but you can't say something like that to me. I won't take statements like that. You can't tell me it can be anybody, because it can't actually be me. It's not about being proud or feeling you as, it can't just be me. I see myself as somebody who is very special and somebody who is very different, and because I'm different, this thing that can just happen to anybody cannot happen to me. I don't believe that negative things can happen to me, because I always try to claim the positive, and that's how it's always been for me. Everything has energy to it. There's something about energy. Sometimes you can wake up from sleep and something bad happened, or you got a bad news and you hold on to this bad news. That's where your energy is going to. You might see that the rest of your day might be bad. It was not just a coincidence that just one thing that happened in the morning spoils your whole day, and the rest of your day was bad, and a lot of, maybe you hit your head, then somebody talked to you anyhow and you shouted and you argued with somebody. For the rest of your day it turned out bad. It was not a coincidence that everything just synchronized with what's happened just in the morning. Like I always say, your energy goes to where your attention is. The reason why the rest of your day ended up bad was not because that day was destined to be bad for you. It's because when you woke up and that bad thing happened to you in the morning, you continue to dwell in it. You couldn't let it go. All of your energy is focused on that negativity. That was why you could not attract the positive energy. Negativity and positivity is not on the same level, because you are still holding on to this negativity. You can't get to the positive. It cannot align. Sometimes you might meet somebody and you'll be like, oh, I vibe with this girl, or I vibe with this guy. This guy is so cool, I vibe with him. It's because your energy aligns. You think alike, you believe the same things. That's why you can relate so much. That's just how the universe works. Whenever you say things like, I am the greatest, I am the best, you claim it with energy, and your energy aligns with whatever you are saying. From saying it, it becomes your reality. Make a vision board for what you want. A vision board is just like having a board where you paste, or just a part of your house or your room where you maybe you make drawings, or you put pictures of what you want for your future, or where you see yourself in a very short time or long time. Making this vision board, there's something that is so powerful about vision, and not just thinking it. If you have to see something all the time, it makes you dwell in it. And it helps you to explore this thing you're always seeing in details. And when you explore the details, it makes you see all of the opportunities that can come out from it. And it helps you to even find reasons to go on. It gives you hope. You need to be able to feed your mind. If, for instance, you have a farm and you decide that you want to plant corn, and you plant corn, what you're going to harvest is going to be corn, because you planted it. If you don't plant anything on that farm, for instance, you don't take care of it, you don't plant anything, it's going to get covered with weed. That's just how the mind works. If you don't feed your mind with something, if you don't feed your mind with what is right and what you want, weed is going to grow there. It's just empty. Whatever that comes by will be accepted. But when you are clear on what you want, or what you want to take into your mind, you'll be able to filter what you don't want. Be careful of what you feed your mind with. Sometimes we feed our mind with things that are not helpful to us. Next is to give attention only to what you want. It's just like saying, if you go digging up shit, you are definitely going to get shit, because you know exactly where to dig. If you notice the things that end up affecting you, is because of the way you react to it. Watch this video one time. I can't remember where I found this video, but it was a video of a disabled girl who was telling her story. She's a disabled girl, right? And another normal girl saw her and was acting so disgusted and all, and this normal girl was telling her how terrible she looked. She was like, you look really terrible, I can't stand you, and I can't stand the way you look and all. And then this disabled girl didn't take it personal. The normal girl left, and the mother to the disabled girl told her that she felt really bad when this other girl was talking to her in this way, but she noticed that she didn't react to it, and she didn't seem to let it affect her. Why didn't it affect her? And this girl replied in quotes, I was like, it didn't affect me because it is not my problem, it is her problem. So she feels that this girl talks to her this way because she's just a very ill-mannered girl, and she's a very rude person. She's carrying this ill-manneredness with her and this rudeness with her to everybody in the world. So it is not about her. Other people don't treat her that way. This is just the only person who has treated her this way this whole day. So why should it affect her? Another person in this situation now might take it personal and feel really bad about herself, and even feel bad about herself for the rest of her life, because she's a disabled girl. So imagine what affecting her for the rest of her life would feel. In everything that happens in this world, nothing has the power to affect us except we give it the power to affect us. So it is how you react to the situations that happen to you that will determine how you will end up. If somebody should ask me anytime, anywhere, when was the happiest moment of your life? I'm always quick to think about my service. When I did my service, it's always easy for me to feel that was the happiest time in my life. And some time ago, I was asking myself, why do I always want to think about this time in my life as the happiest time in my life? And I began to get answers. I began to realize that my mindset at the time has never been healthier. I had the healthiest mindset ever, and it was not as if I had everything I wanted. It's not as if I had so much money or I had everything. No, I did not. And it's also not as if I did not have challenges. I in fact had a lot of challenges at the time, but I wasn't letting it affect me because I didn't feel it mattered. I felt that no matter what happened, I was going to be fine, and because I was special and I'm different, I'm going to be fine, and everything will work out. And it did. It just really great. Next is gratitude. The more grateful you are, the more reasons you find to be grateful. You begin to realize that there's even more. You start navigating towards the good. And once you are not grateful for what you have, you are practically locking out the goodness, more goodness to come, because you don't even know what you have. You can't even appreciate it. So how can you get more? Just like a normal physical relationship with your friends or anybody, and this person helps you out to do something or gives you something and you are grateful, you're like, oh my god, I appreciate this so much, thank you. This person will want to give you more. Or when you're in a situation like that, this person will want to come to your aid again because you were grateful. And that will not be the case if you were not grateful. So that's just how the universe works. If you are grateful for what you have, then more is going to come. Last but not the least is to take action. It's not only about saying it. You have to act in accordance. Your life has a lot of principles, and just like the example I gave, me feeling that I can never be involved in an accident because it can be anybody. It doesn't mean that if I see a trailer passing by, I'll just go and hop into the road and just cross like a stupid person. That is actually going to be stupidity. So I'm going to take caution whenever I'm going to cross the road. If I'm driving, I won't drive stupidly. Say you want to be a doctor. What are you doing about it? Are you studying medicine? Just like I say you want to be successful. How many friends of yours, how many people have you surrounded yourself with that are successful, even if they are not accessible? How many success stories have you listened to? Say you want to marry a church girl. How many times have you gone to church? You want to marry a stripper. How many times have you been to a strip club? I'm just being silly now, but I'm just trying to say you have to act in accordance to what you want for it to align and come to you easy. This is where I should stop for now, but this has actually a very broad topic you can even explore on your own. The law of attraction actually works whether you like it or not. It's not only just about the spiritual part. Even science have shown that during brain imaging, the part of the brain that is linked with intention and action are actually interconnected. It's just crazy that it even took me making this video to realize that I manifested the life that I'm living at the moment. It was such an emotional moment for me to actually realize that, oh my god, I am living the life. I'm a very independent person. It scares me sometimes. I used to even say if my parents should come to this town now, like Enugu now, I'll leave Enugu for them because I'll have to stay with them and I don't want that. So I used to always tell my friends or tell my sister, I'm going to get my own place soon. This is how I'm going to place things. This is how I'm going to do this. I used to always feel I want to be comfortable to a reasonable extent. I want to be comfortable enough to have time to do what I love. It's not even about being rich. That was not my issue. I wanted to own my own business. I wanted to be in my own space, arrange my space in a certain way. So I don't want to bring too much of my personal life here right now, but it was just really crazy to realize that the life I wanted a few years ago, I manifested it. And all the while, when I was always having to think it and say it, I always planned it. It was just funny that I didn't really ask myself what was the means. I was not worried about how these things were going to come forth or how these things were going to happen. I was just really sure this was going to happen. I was already making arrangements on how I'm going to make this happen. And the more you focus on something, it will be easy for you to spot the opportunities that will help you bring this dream to reality. So guys, we've come to the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, give me a big thumbs up, subscribe, share, leave me a comment in the comment section, and I'll be sure to reply, and I'll see you in my next. Bye.